Alright, so today we are going to be doing a desert landscape, but we are focusing on cool and warm colors. Now you can imagine a desert during the day is extremely hot, especially during the summer months here in the United States of America, but during the spring and especially during night, okay, when a lot of the animals actually come out, most of desert wildlife is nocturnal, it can be quite cool, in fact almost reaching freezing temperatures in some cases. The land does not hold temperature very well, so once the sun goes down, temperatures can plummet. So we're focusing on Saguaro National Park, which is in Arizona. It's a really cool place. So let's go ahead. We're going to start in the lower left-hand corner of our paper with a prickly pear. And prickly pears are so easy to do. It's literally just stacking ovals, and they come out all which ways. Now it is April, and April happens to be cactus blooming month in Saguaro State Park. So we can add blossoms. Camera, I'm gonna kick you into the street. All right, blossoms to our cacti, and of course a few spines. We have prickly pears around here too. You might see some in your neighbor's yard. You can get quite large. And because they're so clustered with all the pads, which is what you call each of these ovals, a lot of animals like to make their burrow down in here, which we're actually going to be drawing a nest in the middle of this one with baby birds. I'll zoom in on that, especially since my camera can't seem to figure out life today. There we go. So I'll have some baby birds down in here. Perfect protected home for baby birds. And we're going to have a specific type of bird coming back to check on their babies, called a cactus wren, which is the state bird of Arizona. So cactus wren has a worm and has brought it back for its babies. So just perfect little environment right now. So if you can't tell, we're also talking about the wildlife and flora that you find in this area. So down below though, so that's pretty high up. I would say about 2 feet off the ground. And it's so prickly that a rattlesnake won't really think about getting up there. He prefers to get his prey down on his level. Put that rattle on the back side of him, and we'll make this a diamond back rattlesnake, the western diamondback, not to be confused with its cousin, the eastern diamondback, as it goes along. Instead, you might see the rattlesnake go after something like the grasshopper mouse or kangaroo rats that live in this area. Let's zoom out a little bit. We're going to have a short type of cactus. I'm going to make it look like a watermelon. But it's going to be completely covered in spines. Watch out. At the top we're going to have a big beautiful flower because this is the barrel cactus. And it's called that because it literally has a barrel-like shape. So we got a prickly pear and a barrel cactus, and that's just the tip of the iceberg of the cacti that are in Saguaro National Park. What Saguaro National Park is known for is the Saguaro cactus, which can grow up to 50 feet tall, have a lifespan of 150 years. Okay? So it's huge. It's huge and can be long-lived. And we're going to draw it tall. And we're coming down and around. These are the kind that you typically think of cactuses with the arms. Now, not so much now, but later on in April, toward the end of April and early May, they put out their flowers. And they are white and often pollinated by bats. Why would they be pollinated by bats? Because they only bloom at night, close up during the day. So if you really want to go and enjoy the smell and beauty of saguaro cactus blooms, you got to go out on the trail at night. Just be sure to take your flashlight because there's a lot of animals that love to come out at night as well. April and May are considered the best months to go to Saguaro Cactus National Park. All right, so these things grow up to 50 feet tall. There's no trees in the area, so guess what? These are the trees. And that means that a lot of animals take advantage of that fact. Woodpeckers haul them out. Other animals make the woodpecker's nest even bigger. And you can often find animals actually living in the saguaro itself, including this dude, who's also very much wide awake because it is either nighttime or evening. I just noticed I drew a diurnal animal in this. Oh well, there is an owl in this saguaro cactus. So you can draw a little owl. Let's see, gotta look at my list. We'll say that this is a short-eared owl, okay, or better yet, a western screech. So western screech owl has made its home in the saguaro. So we are going to draw the classic ridges that go down the saguaro. Okay, and of course, give it a few spines. Yes, there are pictures of lynxes or bobcats, desert bobcats, sitting at the top of these trees, or cacti. What am I saying? Cacti. But it looks like a very prickly perch to have. So, we got 3 different types of cacti. We've got 3 different types of animals now. The only problem is some of them are floating out in space. So let's go ahead and stop right here with our foreground. Okay, foreground is the ground that's closest to you. So now let's go a little further back. We've got other saguaros. Further back. The more branches they have, the older they are. Some are actually quite simple. You saw that with the opening of the light hitting the very young saguaros. They're just a pole at that point. All right, and since we are in the American Southwest, one of the common predators that you're going to see, of course, is a coyote. So let's go ahead and in our midground, let's have some hills, and then way out there, we're going to have a coyote doing what it does best, howling. At the moon, which we have not drawn yet. So don't forget to add vegetation. Despite it being the desert, there's actually a lot of vegetation in Saguaro National Park. Mesquite trees and different types of long cacti. We can have some rocks. Provide places for animals to find shelter and shade during the day. Okay, so this is starting to look like a pretty good desertscape. Pause me if you ever need to catch up. All right, so we have our foreground, which is the closest to us. We have our midground, where the coyote is. That's a little further away. Almost forgot some. I'm not going to add too much detail to these guys. I'm definitely not going to draw the spines on them because I can't see them from this distance. Now, behind all of this, we need the mountains and pinnacles rising up into the night sky. And these are stepped rocks, just like we do with the Hopi. I said that the Hopi have a lot of that kind of architecture in their art or symbolism because that's how it is back then. And way over here, we need the itty bitty little saguaros, way over there. Way over there. You're tiny. So tiny. Maybe some tiny itty bitty little. Look how small they look. My goodness. The little barrel cactus way over there. Alright, now the thing about these mountains though is they have strata or stripes running through them of different layers of rock. Who said deserts had to be boring? All right, and since we have said that it can be sunset, which I think that would be prettier. We have some stars just on the edge of our paper starting to come out. Maybe this moon is rivaling the sun. The moon is taking over for the sun. The sun is setting. Just a few little stars coming out. All right, so now we have our beautiful picture. You can color in what is the sun, a yellow-orange, just like that. And how I do sunsets is I do arches of color. Next one's a little bit bigger. And if you got one, use it. If not, you can mix together purple and red, but I'm going to go with red-violet for my next round of color. you can turn and all that. That's how I do sunrises and sunsets, just in case you're wondering. And I always put a little bit next color right on the edge of where they meet, just to try and blend them a little bit better together. Do this very lightly. Yeah, there goes one of my marker. All right. Now, when it comes to cool and warm colors, pretty sure y'all know what your warm colors are, but we'll go over it just in case. Warm colors are red violet, red orange, orange, yellow orange, and yellow. Well, cool colors are the ones like violet, blue, blue green, green, and yellow green. So, I want you to use things that you feel are cool, shadows, the inside of this hole. Cool colors for the green of the saguaros. Warm colors for the land. It's orange and red sandstone. Blue coyote. We'll say this mom's coming back to the nest for the final time during the night after a long day of foraging for its young. All right, but think about how you can use warm and cool colors to create contrast, or interesting ways of using color, opposite colors, to make your picture beautiful. So warm colors, red violets and oranges, yellows. Cool colors, violets, blues, blue greens, and greens. All right, I will have a finished example for you with color. Can't wait to see what y'all do. All right, bye-bye.